This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Okay, hey, wow.
We're back.
Some golden content for the Patreon we weren't recording prior to
That's right.
the podcast.
You missed it. You'll never hear it again.
And probably it's good for us and our reputations that you don't. But we're flying solo again.
We're rescheduling with Brian. We'll get him in January. Holidays are busy. You know, he's got family.
He's got stuff to do. Although, you know, unfortunately for Brian Isley, he has canceled on us twice now, which means I am forced to put him, until he comes and does the show, on our enemies list.
That's fair.
Aside,
but he's also
a place that nobody, that's right, the enemies list, X, a place no one wants to be, right next to Jim Gillespie.
I do want to quote him on something, though. I want to paraphrase him, actually. We were going to have him on as an author, but he's also a very funny comedian.
Great guy.
And I'd like to paraphrase something that he says after a really good set, make it apply to my life. Damn shame what I did to Dan D'Aprile's fantasy team this weekend. Damn shame.
You have to bring that up. It's the
obviously you probably wondering why I've been sitting on it this whole time. We've had a nice conversation.
Yeah,
before,
you've been holding it for.
And I didn't say shit.
For on air. It's bullshit. I had a great showing points wise. Who did you have? You just had
everyone.
Everyone. Name a no-name motherfucking football bubble player, and he popped off for 30 points on your roster.
Brock Bowers is no name. Fucking goat in his rookie year. I know. I knocked you out of the playoffs. I solidified the number one seed for myself. Just a good weekend.
That's all right. I think I might be able to feast on our friend Tommy Connors. He keeps not setting his lineup.
That's who I'm playing this week.
Ah, damn. You got
So I'm in first.
I'm going to have to text him and remind him to start his players. No, congratulations on the win. I feel like although I won last year, I won A-League last year. You generally handle me. I think I may have beaten you once out of the several fantasy games we play. I'll tell you what, when it comes to nerd jock D&D, you have me beat, unfortunately. I admit my shortcomings. It's a bad week for me too because, you know, Brian, I was excited we were going to have a story, like a story. This is how cultured I am. Story time, you know, like a novelist, an
You're
actual
just going to read
writer.
his book? Yeah. Out loud?
Yeah, we were just
going to do anything?
That would have been great.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, Brian Isley reads his book that would have been a great episode, really against type.
You guys gather around. It's like George Bush.
It's 113 pages. It packs a lot of content.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about a black superhero, and you know how I love my costumes. I was going to wear the spandex. I was going to wear the cape. And yes, Dave, before Brian canceled, I'd even darkened my skin. And then he canceled, and I had to take it all off. And you know, Dave, they
haven't reached the superhero portion of it. If there is, he said it back when he was a guest. There's no superhero yet. You'll read it before we get him on.
I have yet to read it. I'm kind of glad he canceled because I have yet to read it.
You would have brought up superheroes. I would have just been sitting back like, all right, let's see where.
Let's see how far I could bullshit on a book I hadn't read. Pretty
it's
far
sci-fi right now, but
okay.
I think there might be a superhero. Well, we'll see.
Okay,
there's 3 more books coming out like this year, so he's slow releasing it.
Okay, well, I'll have to save the blackface for when he does come.
Yeah, I would
you know,
love
Dave,
front row seats to that.
They make a big deal out of putting blackface on. They don't talk enough about how bad it is to take it off. It's a real pain in the ass.
I don't know. It depends what you use, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not well versed. I mean, you know, if you're really committed to it, you probably wouldn't use something that comes right off in the shower.
I imagine the shower looks pretty bad. That's got to be like you already know you've done a bad thing, and then like your shower looks like the movie The Grudge. It's just like a bad time all around. And I bring this up as a really ham-fisted segue to our first our first topic of the day. A man noted for his blackface, Justin Trudeau.
Right.
He may become the next American governor.
That's right.
This was your story if you want to introduce it to
our
audience.
No, I mean, yeah, they just met up. He's like, hey, reconsider those tariffs or we'll go broke. And then Trump said, if you do, well, we got you. You'll be the 51st state.
Yeah, he said if you can't get your trade deficit in order with America would just make you can come and be the 51st state.
I mean, how many electoral votes would Canada get?
I read something about this today. It is the size of California. It has almost the population of California.
Really?
So, yeah. So it would have basically, it would be a second California.
And I don't know what they are. Like, I know Trudeau's like pretty liberal, but like they're all white.
It's from what I know of Canada, and I'm pretty ignorant of it, but from what I understand, there's like 2 of the provinces are like what we would consider like conservative, and the rest are like pretty liberal.
Yukon's just another fucking Montana.
Yeah, I don't even know if probably Yukon. I think it's Alberta and Edmonton.
I mean,
are the 2 that are really conservative. And
like, would we take all of Canada, or would we just like we could cut it in half, right? And we don't need like the upper portion can go to Antarctica.
I think the governments want the upper portion because I think that's where like a lot of resources are.
Okay.
You probably got a lot of oil and shit up there. So I think we would want all. That's the part we want.
Okay.
We don't really want the.
I mean, Toronto's cool. Montreal, do we really want Montreal? Do we need a bunch of French Americans?
We could cut out Montreal. I think they'd probably want to be independent. Vancouver's a pretty cool city. You would want Vancouver.
All right.
That's the most like, I feel like American. Well, I haven't been to all of them, but.
I've been there in Toronto. They both could pass.
Toronto's just like an American city. I've never been there, but it seems like it. You know, they just apologize more.
Yeah.
I just don't feel. I don't like the idea because I don't want to give hockey that much power. You realize, like, the disruptive force in sports, if we were to admit Canada as the 51st state. Yeah, baseball would rise a little bit because
they have one team
2,
now.
right? The Blue Jays and the
Expos are now.
You're right.
The most American fucking
You're
sounding
right.
team ever, the Washington Nationals.
You're right. So the Expos are gone. Right. So they have one team.
Dominated that fucking Canadian ass team.
That's right.
Fucking.
We took it over. We are going to turn all of Canada into the Expos.
Exactly.
We're going to take them over.
So wait, you think? I mean, I think hockey. You know,
hockey's fine, but I don't. The number one sport in America is football. And they don't even have this. They don't even play the same football up there.
It's true, and it's still going to be king. Football's going to take them over before hockey takes us over.
You think so? I don't know. You're adding a lot of hockey fans. It may disrupt baseball. It may disrupt basketball. You're right. It may be hard to unseat the NFL, but would you like not want to see, like, if they're like, oh, we're going to cut away from basketball playoffs to bring you this regular season hockey game?
Who gives a shit? The Sixers probably aren't going to be part of it this year.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I think it would be good for hockey. Maybe if America gets more interest in hockey, we get more Dave Browns in the league instead of Vladimir Kovalchuk or whatever, because we need to bring back goons, and I feel like that's what made hockey suck.
Yeah,
is that there was dudes that could barely skate.
Yes,
and then they just came in and hit your best player, and if you hit our best player, he beats the shit out of you.
Right.
And now it's just a bunch of figure skaters.
It's a bunch of finesse guys out there.
Yeah, fuck finesse. I want to see fucking teeth on the ice.
I feel like that guy getting his throat slashed probably put a damper in the more fighting on the ice movement.
No way. We'll just fucking. If America takes it over, they're just going to start bringing blades into like street roller hockey and
just have a gun. If Americans get more involved in hockey, you're still on skates, but now the skates have one round in them that you can fire off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
make hockey great again.
Hockey. What else? What would we get? I mean,
the resources.
The resources, but we don't get that's not us. We don't get any of those resources. That's the billionaires get the resources. What do we get? Nothing.
Cheaper maple syrup, or do we get all ours from Vermont?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Have we Americanized maple syrup? That's something Trump could do that I would support.
Bring maple in it.
Yeah. Mama, make America maple again.
I don't want a hat that says mama on it.
Big red hat that says mama? You don't want that?
I mean, I guess it'd be like, it's like a Mother's Day present.
Yeah, there you go.
No. What else do they have? Okay, so they have hockey. They have. Do their police? Do we lose the Mounties altogether?
I wish we would just bring them down here and have American Mounties. Cops would be same cops, same institutional problems, but they're just all on horseback. Does that make it better?
Mooseback, I thought.
Mooseback, excuse me. I don't know why I said horseback. You're right.
Yeah,
they're
we
all
have
on mooses.
We have horse
horseback
cops.
Although if you compelled all cops to be horseback cops, that would also be good. But mooseback cops.
Instead of cars?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
They're all Royal Canadian Mounted Police now. Everyone, from the cops walking the beat, to the cops in the cars, to the SWAT teams. They got like a moose with like armor on it.
Only if you bring in the fucking horse racing announcers to narrate every cop chase.
And he got away again. And he got away again. These moose are fast, but
I know someone I got pulled over by a horse cop.
really? Pulled over by a horse cop?
Yeah.
How? How did that happen?
I don't know, but I wasn't there.
How does the horse cop signal that you're being pulled over? Does he have a little like light that he puts on the head of the horse?
Probably. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I really should have asked this guy more questions.
This is a story you have to get to the bottom of.
I once you hear that, this is back when I was in college and I was drunk and just precocious. So you hear horse cop pulled you over, you don't be like, I need details. You're like, I have to make this dude feel even smaller than he did when he got pulled over by a horse cop.
Sure. And as an adult, you know that comes later after you've asked the questions. It could give you a richer way to bury him, perhaps.
But also, I couldn't make fun because I also didn't have a car for a week because it wouldn't start because I left it in drive when it was parked and I had to call AAA. And then the dude's like, put your car in park. And then I had a car again.
There you go.
So
yeah, you might not be the
best
guy.
Yeah, I had a short window of time where I could make fun. So I was just like, jump on them before they pounce on me.
Sure. I feel like if you pull an Amish guy over, you have to do it with a horseback cop or it's not fair.
Exactly.
Right? Like a guy in a horse and buggy, you can't just pull him over with a squad car.
What do you pull a guy in a horse and buggy over for?
Oh, jeez.
Being a horse's ass.
Is there like a pooping ticket? It's cute. It was cute.
Yeah.
Did you have the mic on so everybody could hear that?
I'm not talking on this pod anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's after that joke, you probably shouldn't.
That was his retirement. Yeah. I got you on being a horse's ass.
Horse's
Do you know what you were doing there, boy?
okay, wait. So it's like an
Doth I being a horse's ass?
I like that for some reason. It's like an Alabama cop. Like, you doing that,
Every-
boy?
yeah.
While you riding that horse and buggy around?
That should be part of the training too. Of every cop from the great Alabama all the way up to Yukon.
Sure.
Hey, boy. No, I pulled your horse over, boy.
Yeah, it's a good though. That was a good act out.
If it's racist, I
You feel comfortable?
no.
It's like I'm in my wheelhouse now.
Yeah. I mean, is that littering if your car poops on the middle of the road?
I feel like you have some, like a dog or anything else, you have some responsibility to clean that up. I don't think they do.
Yeah, but
I think you should.
Kind of hard on like the road to like, all right, I got to get out, get a plastic bag. Speed limit 65 miles per hour. Let me duck in here real quick. Like you're like the fucking ball boy at Wimbledon, fucking running in,
Running and
up
grabbing
shit.
the poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't get it in time.
Well, they have those little bikes that they got to like push with their feet. So maybe you have one of those to kind of dart in and out.
The Amish?
Yeah. Have you
Like
ever seen
paddle
that?
boats?
Yeah. You ever do a show out there? If you drive out there, you see it.
I have.
You'll see them like they have these. They're like bikes, but they're like scooters. I guess because
The tricycles?
Yeah.
They're more like tricycles.
yeah,
Those aren't the Amish, though.
and they
those
push
are,
them with their feet.
Those are fucking midlife crisis weekend tricycle riding enthusiasts.
No, unless tricycle riding enthusiasts have also become enthusiasts of like mustacheless beards and straw hats. I don't think so. I think these people are clearly
That's
Amish.
clearly a fucking divorce vehicle, and the Amish can't legally get divorced, I believe.
No, I don't think
I
so.
just made that up, but it sounds
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scooter.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like
yeah,
a
here,
bike
I'm
and a
bringing it
scooter.
up
It
now.
doesn't have
That's
a
interesting.
machine
I've never-
component to it.
Yeah,
It
it's
has
just the two wheels. It's kind of I've never seen them out there. I haven't been out in Lancaster in a bit.
Yeah, there it is. You see them on these fuckers all the time.
That's not a tricycle at all.
Wow.
No, I couldn't find. I
We're
didn't.
thinking of
I'm
two
not seeing any.
different things, then. I'm thinking
I'm not.
of like
Here,
a
let
little
me
bucket seat fucking. You kick it like it's
just pulling it up so people can see.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
okay.
Yeah, I've never seen the trike or anything like that, but yeah, it's got a little basket and it's all cute. And it's got a little
Where's
two
the
little
pedals?
Just
wheels,
pushing themselves. There is no pedals.
and then it's like a
They
little
use-
Why did
razor
you say
scooter.
pedals?
No,
No.
there is no pedals.
There's no pedals. Yeah, it's a razor scooter, but two big old wheels and then a little basket.
But
The
yeah,
fuck would
do it
they
up
know
like
what a
bike.
razor is?
Yeah, true. Right?
They've never shaved.
Yeah, look at this.
Well, they
Dave's
gotta get
hot
that
tonight.
lip. That top lip needs taken care of. Doesn't do itself.
Yeah, look
Do
at that.
they? I just thought it was like through years of inbreeding that they just didn't have upper lip hair.
It might be.
Because why would you just shave that? Is there like an affront to God to have upper lip hair? What's going on?
Yeah, I just think it's
That's a good
the
question.
style. I think that was the style in 1676 or whatever, and that's when they decided things are great. There's no need to get any better. Except later we will overwhelmingly vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Which is funny to me, how they, of all people, I struggle to see how a lot of people would look at Donald Trump and be like, yes, that's the guy for me. How are you in a barn doing that? Like, also, how are you doing it? How are you even seeing him at all? But like,
Sorry.
yeah.
The
the Amish are overwhelming.
Mustaches are associated with military service, and the Amish are famously pacifists.
Oh,
So
right.
they do not grow mustaches.
Oh, I remember
did not know that.
Oh,
I
so
do
they
remember
fucking-
that from history class. You're right. Back in the fucking 1600s
Sorry
and
to-
1700s, that's why all those guys had those like crazy ass mustaches
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
had like
yeah.
military portraits and
Right,
shit.
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
like
It was like a show
The
off
multi-level ones
Yeah.
where it's like under. And then,
That was all
yeah.
like just show that you were like an officer or whatever. Yeah, basically. Well, that was what the Amish said. They said that's pussy shit. We're gonna grow everything else.
Interesting.
So what does Kamala offer them that Trump doesn't, though, right?
Well, okay, that's fair.
Have they seen a fucking
That's
black
fair.
Indian person before?
Let me be clear. My surprise isn't that they voted for Trump over Kamala. It's just that they're big into Trump at all. Like, I would expect them all to be just completely non-political about that. Like,
Yeah,
how are they, like, in some respect, it kind of pisses me off because granted, they're Americans and all, but like part of what we vote on is
should
like
be.
budgets for jets and shit. Like, they're voting no on that. Well, they don't even believe in that shit. Like, that's
Yeah.
they don't vote. Half the shit we vote on, they don't even believe it. I don't know. It's hard to. I guess I
I
can't
know, they
say
just
that they
go
shouldn't.
around on fucking Leonardo da Vinci's fucking wings or whatever. That's how
Yeah,
That's how they fly.
Even if they voted overwhelmingly Harris, that would be stranger. For many other reasons I don't really want to get into.
The
but like,
Guggenheim, the Wright brothers.
I know, Davey. You did see. I am seeing a little trike going on, but I think these are the older folks.
Yeah,
I
there's
think that's
you're
what
like
it is.
more. You're more. It's more.
there's
you
a
know,
sitting component. I've
Yeah.
also seen one that has like a bike seat attached. And it looked more like the ones that those fine
okay.
young barn raising boys. were.
Interesting.
So how do they even hear about politicians? I get neither
No
of
fucking
them go
idea.
out.
That's-
Neither of them are like, all right, we got to talk to this community of 12 people.
Right.
This is a big rally stop for us.
How do you sell any politician to the Amish? Like, what do you say?
Yeah, right.
Like, what do you what campaign promise?
I mean,
can you
Kamala,
give
yeah.
them? Like,
She'd
I
have
don't.
to bring a man and just stand
Right.
next to him while he orates, while he delivers an oration to them.
And like explains like that a black person and an Indian person, like that might have been who exactly were having the confusion.
Yeah.
Like, but are you black or are you Indian? It doesn't make any sense to me and Jebediah here. Like maybe that's like you have to start with that. No, okay, guys, I've got one for you. She's a woman. She's black. She's Indian. She's a lawyer. Hold on. Are you sitting down?
It does
maybe
feel like
Trump is more palatable from that. And like, he's just like a white guy that does some weird shit to his face. Like, yes, too.
Yeah.
It's like-
He doesn't have a mustache either.
yeah.
Yeah, would they be also confused by his color?
Yeah.
Right? They'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, both of these people were confused by,
Yeah.
I
Well, who
don't
are
know
these
what's
people?
going on.
Yeah, I just feel like right. It's not any indignation that they chose Trump over Harris. It's like just what are you doing here in the first place?
Yeah.
Like you guys are not.
Did they alone have enough to swing Pennsylvania?
That would be crazy. If so, I don't know the answer to that one. If the Amish are a deciding political force, what are we to do?
And at
here
that point,
in Pennsylvania.
we just need to turn them into a reservation or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, it's a little light genocide of the Amish.
didn't
Sometimes
say
I
that.
love that this is live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I did not
little-
use the word gen. I meant just make them like not part of America.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, don't kill them. Like their way of life is quaint, and
It
you know,
is quaint.
sometimes I want a pretzel.
Yeah.
Like,
We should just put them on a trail of some kind where they can walk out of here.
yeah,
You know?
no, it'll be. We're not moving them. We're just calling the land they're on not America.
Oh, okay. So we're just surrounding, we're just drawing a circle and being like, there you go.
But it's protected.
They get
against
to make their own
America.
laws. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fucked up, though, if you had a show like out in Pittsburgh or something and you'd have to drive across the Amish reservation.
Yeah, except unless I got to say, Dave's on fucking comedy bios. Dave's comedy career has taken him to multiple countries.
There you go. Without even in your total comfortable travel zone, you could do comedy. Kind of hard to do comedy without electricity, though. You are just kind of giving a speech to a group of people.
I mean,
at that
maybe
point.
if you don't project, but
I
I fucking do.
All
So-
right. Hey, for a man that was before the pod talking about how he doesn't like musicals, I didn't know you had so much power in the diaphragm. You can just project out. You don't need a mic.
That is unrelated, 100%.
So you
I treat.
you think you could do a whole set to a group of, say, people whose understanding of the world stopped? No, I won't say it stopped in the 1800s because they do like Rumspringa, right? So they know what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, your jokes might hit to the younger Amish
mean,
people.
I think a lot of what I do is about the inanity, if that's what inane is in its
Okay.
in its noun form.
You have a joke about
the inanity.
football, basketball teams and football teams that probably won't hit.
It stopped. I stopped it for a while because the Redskins. But now the Redskins might come back.
That would be great.
So
for
I
your
try to
joke.
like incorporate it this weekend, and it went okay.
Yeah, it's a good
it was
joke.
A little
Wedding
but
invitations. Do the Amish send wedding invitations to each other?
I think they probably have a more expedited system where some guy just stands up on a milk crate and like, my daughter is to be wed on the morrow. So I would maybe change the. Don't you hate when you receive a guy standing on a milk crate in the mail?
Yeah, don't you hate when the herald comes by? And,
Yeah. Oris etheth VPeth. Fucking.
Yeah, and then I'm just doing this to show my encyclopedic knowledge of your set. You have a joke about going to see a movie, but I feel like that one would hit because you talk about how like you would go to see like a rom-com by yourself, and I think a lot of Amish people would be sitting there going, "Me too."
Yeah.
Like secretly they'd be like, "I'd love to go see a rom-com as well." Yeah.
That was the best part of Rumspringa.
Yeah, it was the best year of my life.
Malachi
Jerking
and I
off is
love
the
Medea.
Yeah, you tell me that Trump is super popular there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Medea movies are. There's an underground Amish fight club.
I mean,
but instead of fighting, they watch Medea.
I only hear black people make fun of Tyler Perry movies, so somebody's got to be keeping the Tyler Perry empire afloat.
Yes.
And it might be the Amish on Rumspringa.
Whoever's doing that is also doing Hallmark, I think. all the Hallmark movies and stuff.
You
Those
would think
movies
you
are
would have seen like Medea milks a cow or something like at this point, or like Medea, not in Medea's barn.
Medea,
you would
yeah.
you'd see a little more.
Medea Rexa Barn.
Oh, it would be Medea goes Ermish.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
there you go. That was good.
I think you've watched one more Tyler Perry movie than I have.
Yeah, that's right, because that's her noise. She makes a noise.
Oh.
It feels weird for me to introduce it like that, but she does, as the character makes a noise that.
Do it.
No, I
Puts a
don't.
little-
It is. It's like hello.
Yeah, there's
right?
like a
It's
little,
like
there's a
she
little
goes,
stank on some
"Arr,"
words. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool.
She puts. Yeah, the more I do it without context, again, the more racist it'll sound. But I promise you, it's Medea.
I mean, you were defending blackface at the beginning of the episode.
as a bit, to get to Justin Trudeau.
Hey, bits are for the stage. Everything said on here is face value.
Oh, it's so glad to know that you've been taking me sincerely this whole time.
Yes.
But yes, what else? We had another one. What were we going to talk about today? We had a big one.
You sent me a video of that big
Oh
fat
yes,
guy
let's talk
on
about the
stage.
human interest story.
There's
yeah.
also the Hunter Biden pardon.
That's what we
can
got to
come
talk.
back-
Let's talk. You want to come back? You want to talk about my big fat rapper? You want to talk about the Hunter Biden part?
Let's talk Hunter. Let's talk Hunter.
I think we should. I think that should be our next topic. Hunter Biden, free man walking. We did it. Mwah!
I think it's
we got him
hilarious.
out. Me too. The people pretending to care are funny to me. You don't care. Nobody really cares. We all knew this was going to happen from the start. Nobody really believed that Hunter Biden was going to be in jail after Biden's last day. It was easy. Biden believes whatever the hell is going on that moment. Hunter could just call up and be like, hey, Mom's right there. Could you sign my Christmas card? And Joe will be like, right there, Joe. He's like, sure.
Sorry.
But I'd also believe that if Joe Biden was in full control of his mental faculties, he would also do it, though. So I think that it's not as if it's completely just sign this, old man. But I think that, fuck it. Why not?
What's he have to lose?
Who gives a
His
shit?
political career's over. He's not fucking stepping down to run for mayor somewhere.
I am unironically becoming Hunter Biden's biggest fan. This guy is only hated because there's a political machine churning against him. Let's think about all the things we know about Hunter Biden.
All right.
He's done a fuck ton of drugs. He traveled the world using his father's name, just getting free credit given to him because his dad was the vice president. Allegedly, his dad had nothing to do with it. Who knows? I'm sure there will be 1,000 investigations into that in the next 4 years.
Isn't the shitty family member just make you more relatable to the people?
In my opinion, honestly, I do think that maybe Biden called him to the cops when he was arrested to get him out of jail and shit. But I don't think Biden was I think he was just running around being like, you know, my dad's Joe Biden, right? And then going to parties, doing drugs, having sex with hookers, and we're talking worldwide Dubai hookers and stuff. This guy, he comes out. His dad becomes president. He fucking gets dragged through the mud. He gets sent to jail, which on trumped up charges. He did break the law, but usually people don't go to jail for that.
There's light trafficking in there too, right?
Was there ever?
Was there some light human, not human trafficking, but a light,
I think they got him on the
teensy amount of human trafficking
on the umbrella crossing state lines for immoral purposes, which I feel is that's one of those laws where it's like if you drove a hooker from Philly to Wilmington, that's human trafficking. Do you feel like that?
I feel like if you're driving a hooker from Philly to Wilmington,
you're
probably going to kill her.
I feel like you're just returning her where you met her. But anyway.
Why? Wait, does Philly
yes,
not
okay,
have
he was
hookers?
engaged in that respect. I will agree. In some light human trafficking, which not as cool.
A pinch of human trafficking.
Dash. A slight dash.
Just to make that file pop.
He goes to prison on gun charges, right? Gets a pardon from the president, walks from the whole fucking thing, and what are the two facts we know about him? He doesn't give a fuck about his laptop, and he's got a big-ass dick. How is that not a cool guy? How can we say that Hunter Biden is not an OG cool dude?
And he didn't have that gun for murdering purposes. He had it to have a cool thing to do coke off of.
Right, exactly.
Right?
I feel
Doing
like
coke, I've never seen the coolness of it.
no, I'm not.
Unless
I'm not
you do it off of the tip of a pistol.
coke off a loaded gun.
I would have that poster on my wall. And I'm not a poster guy anymore, but I'd make exceptions.
I'm just saying, I firmly believe that this move, I'm sure Hunter will not be as cool as I'm dreaming him up to be, and he'll just quietly disappear and live the rest of his life.
Also, if I get time, I am definitely making Dave's snorting coke off a loaded gun T-shirt.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
we're definitely doing that.
That's some merch we're going to have, and you could own that for free if you share us on Apple iTunes, but we'll do that later.
I know. I've hung out with comics doing coke, and I've always just been the lame guy sitting in the corner, jerking it. But
I wouldn't do coke with comics. I have done it before in my life, but it's been a long time, and I certainly wouldn't accept any from a stand-up comedian. That seems like it's like, hey, where did you get this? No, don't tell me. I just won't put it inside me. I smoke weed with comedians sometimes, and that has gotten me COVID. Maybe twice. So
first of all, you can't put that on me. I don't smoke weed. I was just breathing on you.
No, you're right. I have accused you of giving me COVID. That was a different time. Although that same night,
who else has given you COVID?
Who?
No, that was my jealous.
Oh, well, he's been a guest on the show. I'm not sure if I should blow up his spot.
Probably Dan Sherman then.
I smoked some weed with him.
Or Ryan Rentz.
Well, you have said the name, and he did give me COVID. Yeah. So I got it once from you, and then once from doing drugs with comedians.
Yeah,
and so I'm never going to do
gallivanting all about.
I suppose.
The little COVID whore you are.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I've had more COVID than I've had Coke in the past 10 years. I can say that.
I mean, I've probably gotten it like 8 times, and I don't think I would have even noticed if I got it the first time if I couldn't smell my chapstick.
Right.
That's
and as we've said before, to shut down that thing, it had to have been a very bad case.
And it didn't even, because people are like, oh, if you can't smell, you can't taste. Fuck you. Yes, I could.
Yeah, it was a separate thing. Some people lost both. Some people lost one or the other.
I would have lost so much weight if I lost taste.
Yeah.
I'm not a substitute eater. I'm a fucking fun eater.
Yeah, same. If it wasn't for like the fun of gorging myself with different flavors, I wouldn't need to eat.
Hell yeah. Fucking, I would just eat like, if like a government issued fucking soy cubule or whatever. Just
Right.
Like, all right. Growl. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Got my soy. I guess it's a Soylent Green.
It's a Soylent
Except
Green.
it's not
If you're
people
eating
yet.
Soylent Green, yeah, I'm pretty fit in a Soylent Green.
It's like the
universe.
Snowpiercer bug mix that they make or whatever.
Yes, right, the
Yeah.
paste. Right. Yeah, if I have to eat some kind of cockroach paste on a train, then I will. It's a great movie for those of you who haven't seen it.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's
the
right.
goat. I know. I was worried because I saw that Korea fucking.
Just threw a coup. They just had a little coup of their own.
They shut down, like, they, like, put them under martial law early this morning, and then, like, 3 hours later, like, just kidding, or what?
Yeah, it's another January 6th. Like, come on, guys. You
Yeah.
got to do your coup right. I mean, I guess congratulations to Donald Trump. He played the long game. But do your coup right, you know, you got to throw it, right? Okay, now you have control of the military.
Mm-hmm.
Then the parliament, if you didn't know this, they met later in the day. In the morning,
Yep.
the guy declared martial law. In the afternoon, the parliament got together and said, no, we unanimously vote to end martial law. And the president was just like, yeah, all right, I guess those are the rules, huh? Like, no, you've already done it. You've already pulled the gun out in the bank. You can't just be like, oh, no, I'm just here to do coke off this thing. I want to just make a withdrawal.
And then I'm hanging out with that guy.
Yeah, you pull the gun out in the bank. You're fucking robbing the bank. You've already committed. This guy backed off. He's probably in a world of fucking trouble.
Probably.
He should have just started. Should have just taken over.
He
You know?
might be getting hung in the street right now.
That's right.
Hung, the verb, not his name.
That's
Because we
low.
mentioned Bong Joon-ho. That was my first thought when, oh, fuck. Is the next Bong Joon-ho movie still going to come out on time? That was all I cared about.
The next Bond, not the next one, but the one after that's going to be crazy. He's going to be affected by the
I know he might go
domestic
back
turmoil.
I know he might go back to actual language. This next one's an English one.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. What's a horror?
No, Mickey 17. It's Robert Pattinson.
That's
he
right.
dies a shit ton of time, but he's
Looks
like
fun.
gets reborn. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy's the goat of Korean cinema.
Yes. I will tell our audience, if you haven't been a long time watcher, to know you are someone whose opinion on Korean cinema, I feel like, is a qualified one. I feel like you're
Yes.
somebody I would trust when it comes to Korean cinema.
See his entire filmography. There's not
There's not much.
there's like 4 legit bangers though. All timers.
So what are they for our audience? Parasite?
Parasite, but everybody knows about
Everybody
that.
knows that one.
Snowpiercer, a lot of people know
Snowpiercer.
about that. Memories of a Murder.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That's fully Korean. It's got it's like based on a real story that they didn't even solve at the time. They did solve it years later. So it's got that. And then my favorite one of all is like from 2000. It's the oldest one of them that I've seen, called Mother. It's like a murder mystery.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't actually. I've seen it like on something, but I haven't actually watched it.
The ending is nuts. It's on Peacock, I believe. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, all right.
Now that's
Bong Joon-ho.
Dave's Korean corner.
Juno, behind the whole thing, he calmed everything down. He came through. He said, "Hey guys, we got to talk about this. Martial law undeclared."
Korean movie. Hopefully okay. Because those motherfuckers know how to do revenge right, too.
Yeah,
Korean revenge thrillers.
sure. You wouldn't want to throw a coup on the Koreans because they would
That's
commit
right.
revenge on you.
That's right.
only
they're
Korean-
very satisfying. Very satisfying the way they carry out their revenge.
I am so not into foreign films anymore. I'm afraid if I name any foreign film I know that I think is Korean, I'm just going to name a movie from a different country and it'll look bad. But there are a lot of great cinema coming from maybe Korea.
I did smack someone down on that this past week, I think. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I like Korean stuff too. Fucking, what's that Japanese show on Netflix? Alice in Borderland.
Oh, yeah, that's Japanese.
Boom!
That's
Get
Japanese.
Get that faux anime shit out. Although I like Alice in Borderland.
That was
and
good.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was not a Squid Game, though. Squid Game, Korean.
That's right.
That's right. I know the squid. The squid is Korean.
And it's not my favorite, but it opened the portal. Because
did.
once that fucking became a hit, Netflix just picked up all this Korean stuff.
That's true. Yeah, there's been a whole lot of maybe also Parasite winning.
That's right.
An
Good
Academy
year. Good
Award.
year for the Koreans.
It really
Today,
was.
bad day for Koreans.
Bad day.
But you had a whole year. One bad day, fucking get over it.
Yeah, good luck to the Korean people. It seems like you don't need it. You already fixed it.
And follow me at Dave Prim on Letterboxd if you want to see my rating of all Korean television.
Especially, if there's some domestic turmoil in line for South Korea and you are a chubby Korean woman that are worried maybe you'll be less chubby given the domestic violence in Korea, please send an email to Dave. The holidays are lonely. It's cuffing season.
I'll send you some grain so you can keep that chub up.
I'm sorry I led us down this path.
Come here and spit some beer on me
Oh, God, some Tsingtao.
while I fan myself off.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Consensual beer spitting. Now.
Oh, of course, yeah. This is consensual green card beer spitting, which is also the title of this week's episode.
Green card beer spitting. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's maybe. We'll see. Yeah, but hey, this is a great time. Wait, no, hold on. The Hunter Biden pardon. I wanted to touch on one more thing. We got way off base there. We got all the way
We're
to
the
Korea.
hookers Korean. Now we're back.
There
on
we go.
track.
We can tie it all back in.
Thai.
Laptops.
No, I said Korean.
There you go. All right. If you were the president, if you had the awesome powers of the United States presidential pardon pen, for those of you who don't know at home, this is one of the places where the Constitution was clear. The president has full unchecked power.
Mm-hmm.
You can pardon anyone for anything. You can even pardon, like Biden did. Literally, it's like anything my son did between this date and this date. Yeah, it was all right. So you can do anything you want, past or present. Who are you pardoning? And why?
All the girls of the Manson family.
Why?
Because those bitches would be extremely loyal to me afterward.
All right,
and
okay.
they're hot, most of them.
Well, I mean, they were hot.
Well,
These
you
are
said
women
you
who
said
were-
past.
Oh, so you're
at the
okay.
peak. At their peak.
Okay, I understand.
Hell yeah.
I didn't mean you were going into the past to be with them, but I'll take that
No
answer.
way.
'cause
I got
didn't clarify.
I got Squeaky from.
All right.
And
The
whatever
other
the
ones?
rest. Yeah. Sadie.
Yeah, sure. Are you just trying to
All-
recall their names from the Quentin Tarantino movie?
No, I've read Helter Skelter.
Okay.
I read. Dude, my bookshelf is serial killer.
All
killer.
right. I was going to say, you don't read enough to have to bring Helter Skelter out there. You're like, hey, look, I know a few things about the race war.
I got a collection that if a girl comes into my room, she questions if she's coming out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of it's like surprise.
They always do.
It's a surprise followed by disappointment. You're like, oh, he's a reader. Oh.
I know. I have little tabs sticking out of each of the serial. Like, oh, here's some good notes on what to do to your date.
My girlfriend's parents are very well educated. They're very, very nice, sweet people. And we were house sitting for them a couple months ago. And both big readers, educated. And her dad had this book, this coffee table book that was like this big by like this big. And it was a history of Hitler and the rise of the Nazis. And the design choice they made for this
Weird
book.
pardon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's who I would pardon. The book was the design on the book. It was just in black and white was the title on the bottom, and then the rest was just a giant red and black and white swastika. So I walked in to my girlfriend's parents' house, and we just walk in, and I'm like, is your dad making a confession right now? Like it was set as like a centerpiece. I guess he had just been reading it and he like put it down before he left. I was like, this is what place where it's like, I now realize it's because he's an educated man that's reading about World War II.
Yeah.
You know, and it is an interesting, fascinating
You
subject.
do that in bed though.
But holy
not
shit.
not for the every guest to see.
Right. Whoever designed that book did not think about like the person that needs to carry that book
Because they
around.
hosted Thanksgiving too, right?
They did, but that book was gone.
Okay,
I looked.
yeah.
I looked. I specifically looked in the spot. My girlfriend saw me. She caught me, and she's like, "It's not there. They moved the book." I said, "Good, smart. Grandma Dottie cannot see that."
Did you stay the whole time? I know you're like, I'll poke my head in.
I just
Like,
I did that book. I ate dinner. I kind of hung out. They had football on, and that always makes everything easy. Watching the Giants get their ass kicked.
watching DJ Moore fucking put up half the points of
I
the
didn't like that.
entire Detroit Lion lineup that you rolled out there
I
against.
didn't
me.
like that. No, I didn't like that, Dave. I'll tell you what. I didn't like. Thanks for bringing that one up.
I know when I left to go to my mom's house, he only had 4 points, and then I got there and I was like 27 points. Fucking A.
I will pardon anyone who kills Matt Eberflus, and I think I would be a very popular man.
Yeah.
For the task.
All right. Yeah. We didn't get to your part.
Who would I pardon? I would pardon everyone.
Ooh.
I would just pardon everyone. Everyone who is in jail, everyone who's ever been in jail.
Death row.
Death row.
Ooh.
You're coming off. May you live to kill again. Good luck, America. And especially if I was Biden and
Oh,
it was
hell yeah.
Trump coming in and you'd done nothing but shit on me for years and I'm like on the footstep of the doorstep of death and I could just fucking go and leave chaos for you to clean up. Yeah. I was thinking more of a humanitarian aspect, but when you brought up death row, I realized, yes, the implications of I'm letting a lot of monsters back out onto the streets.
But some falsely accused. Is it okay to save one innocent man's life if you're putting 30,000 other fucking horrible murderers out on the street?
I say yes.
30,000 is a drop, buddy. We incarcerate
Well, I'm saying
4
1 to
million
let's
people.
put it at a 1. Let's put it at a 1 to 30,000 ratio.
Right, I get you. All right.
Yeah. And so there you go. Bang. Everyone is pardoned. Nobody. And Trump's got to
so
like
funny.
that too, because he's pardoned too. The January 6th people, you're fucking pardoned. You're free
Sure,
to go.
you go.
Walk the fuck out. Open the jails. That's what I would do. I'd pardon everybody.
I also love the idea because it's like, it's always one side will stir up like crime. And then Biden's like, oh, I'll show you crime.
Show you one crime. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Then I'd be, if I was Biden especially, I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I would totally play into that. I'm just a demented old man. Yeah.
No, you got to look as in sound mind as possible when you do that, so it can never. You can't give them even an iota of doubt.
That's true. Yeah, right. You're right. You have to do it to make sure that they let everybody out.
Ooh, that would be so fun to watch from probably nowhere. There's probably nowhere safe to watch.
That's got to be like a World War III level event. Like other countries would take advantage of the chaos. It would be the end of the world probably, but certainly a fun way.
All right,
one
I'm
you
on
wouldn't
board
see
with
coming.
yours, yeah.
You could do it with a stroke of a pen. So that's what I would do, just for the chaos.
Would
And
it
then
be
I would
one
go to the
piece-
presidential bunker. I'd turn on the big TV and I'd just watch it in the war room, and I'd just watch it all unfold.
But you lose the bunker, and then you're thrust out into the world, and
Well, I use the
the Secret
chaos-
Service. What are they going to do? They got fucking short women in there now. No,
That's true. I use the chaos as a pretext to maintain power. That's what I do. I then go on and I tell all the killers that I've just freed that I did it and they should resume killing for me in my name.
stand back and stand by.
Exactly. I tell them I tell the 4 million people to stand back and stand by, except for like the 1 or 2 people that didn't do it. They can go home. And then I use that. I go to the presidential bunker and I just radio them wherever they may be.
Because any rehabilitation, even if you're like 2 days away from release, I feel like any rehabilitation that you might have gone through goes right out of the door.
If you and everyone else get pardoned,
It's
yeah.
such an enablement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like the vibe, like the great vibes on the last day of school? Imagine the vibes on the last day of prison. It's got to
Oh,
be, they
man.
have to be amazing, right?
Fucking senior cut day. When lots of them get cut.
Yeah. Can't look at people funny or it becomes a different kind of senior cut day. Oh, that's good.
I'm just coasting now.
We're cruising. We're cruising. Well, it's a great time to bring up a person who doesn't need a pardon. They probably need some other kind of governmental intervention. Neil, will you pull up our human interest story? This is a rapper. What is his name? Big Stacks? I mean, it'd be great if I remembered, but we've had such a good conversation, I forgot. This guy is
Big Veruca, or was she the one that turned into the grape?
yeah, Big Veruca Salt. Yeah. This guy is apparently a friend of the rapper Juice WRLD. I don't know how much you know about rap.
Wait, is he the one that got killed or arrested?
I think he's arrested. I think Juice WRLD is in jail.
That's how I hear of any newer rapper. They're either... So I don't know any of their music, but they're like, oh, another legend dead.
I'm sorry, this guy's Dave Blunts. His name is Dave Blunts. Was I think your working name as a comedian for a little while.
Little Davey Blunts.
Little Davey Blunts.
He's Lil Dave Blunts. It's a big difference.
Well, there is a big difference because this guy decided to perform, and while he performed, they wheeled out a couch, and he sat there with an oxygen tank and an oxygen mask as he rapped.
They didn't wheel him out on the couch. Like, he was standing, and they're like, oh, God, he's starting to sway. And then they fucking wheeled a...
Perfect example of a question.
A fainting lounge or whatever they call it.
Yeah, like he's a Victorian, heiress. Yeah. Yeah. I wish he sounded like that. If he sounded like that, I would take it back. I was going to say, a guy, there is such a thing as too fat to perform. And here it is. When you need to be sucking on an oxygen mask on stage, this might be the one man that we can fat shame.
I mean, yeah. Especially wearing that fucking color.
Yeah.
You do look like...
You can't put a grimace color on as a big man. I mean, even at my size, I wouldn't wear something like that.
Was he good, though?
I'm going to go on a limb and say no. I didn't listen for the music quality because all I saw was this clip. And I think rap... Yeah, I also feel, and maybe this is just I have seen rap concerts before indoors. But on a venue like this, I can't imagine is any good. I can't imagine that hip hop plays well in a big, huge audience like this.
Okay,
I was at one and I was drunk. So
wait, there's a slender-looking Asian. Is that his nurse? Is that another performer?
I hope it's his nurse.
Because I'm about to get into morbidly obese rap. If that's the kind of arm candy that it provides.
Yeah, although I don't know. I know several people into morbidly obese comedy, and it doesn't seem to work that way. So,
stop talking about Jim Gillespie like that.
You're right. One of them's on the enemies list.
How dare they get the tiniest lady? You could.
Right.
I don't know who she is. I have no idea.
I don't know I don't know, but that's Dave Blunts.
Okay. Because morbidly obese? That's what I don't like morbidly obese comedy because I don't think they talk about anything else.
A lot of comics don't. I pride myself as a fat comedian that doesn't bring it up. Now, granted, I haven't always been a fat comedian. My comedy career exceeds my fat career.
Well, that's good. You're grandfathered into normal people comedy.
Yes, I have proven with video evidence that I can live amongst the normies.
Like the people that are like the morbid, they became morbidly obese. They're like the Rizzler or whatever.
Yes.
Like they were morbidly obese at an age where it reflects poorly on the parents.
Right. I feel like Dave Blunts, you got to probably, it's hard to get that big, I think, unless you got a childhood start. You need to be like Tiger Woods level commitment to get to that size.
So I'm saying since they only, I wonder if he only raps about morbid obesity.
Oh, right. The way that a lot of fat comics do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like he'll enter Hot Pockets.
This is the guy it would make sense if he yelled hamburger. Like it would make sense. He's just ordering.
Is that a rap? Is that
hamburger?
I don't know anything.
Okay, this
what,
I'm
they
surprised.
What?
This I'm surprised about. Hamburger, the deaf comic.
Yeah, the deaf
He's like a
comic.
deaf comedy guy.
There's a couple of ones. There's Earthquake, Hamburger, very.
Hamburger.
I've heard of
notable 'cause
Earthquake.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This
I
is a gap.
I thought you meant deaf.
No.
Oh, you do that on air though. Wow.
Oh no. Well, hey, that went out.
There we go.
That's not my mongrel voice. That's my deaf person voice.
And that's
okay.
And guess who's not listening?
Nah. Well, that's true. And also, it was okay. It was all right as far as As far as what you could have done.
As long as you're tapping your ear like this, you can do the mongrel voice.
I don't think that's true. I I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. I do think that
no, he's being deaf.
I do think you need to know who Hamburger is. For those of you at home, I can explain to the audience. Hamburger is a deaf, DEF, Russell Simmons deaf comic. And he very famously, after all of his jokes, even though they have nothing to do with hamburgers, he goes, hamburger. And it sounds really stupid, and it is, but God damn it, when you watch it in like the modern context, is it not really funny? Hamburger's great. I unironically love hamburger as well. I'll confess that.
That might be one of the things that, like, I often say, yeah, I'll check that out, and then it just never.
I'm gonna make you check hamburger out because you're gonna there's gonna come
I was
a
gonna
time
say this might
he
actually
gets
be
referenced amongst other comedians somewhat frequently. Is he still doing it? Is hamburger still out there?
And he wears a cowboy. Is his cowboy hat always a part of the thing?
I know. I've seen him not in a cowboy hat, so this maybe it's his thing now, but
Well,
it wasn't him when I
This
saw
has become
him.
a disappointment.
Well, listen, hamburger or Hamburger Jones, as he's otherwise known. He's a comedy
Clean
icon.
comedian.
Yeah.
Okay. And he just talks. He just
Well, he
talks
just
about.
yells hamburger. You know,
Are the
Yeah.
jokes about what?
maybe he should call himself kosher.
And what's because there's something people are yelling mustard now too, and I didn't know what that's about.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
You've caught me on something I don't know.
I thought
If
yeah,
the kids
I
are doing it, I have no idea.
I thought NFL players were doing it.
Oh, I'm not sure. I can't tell you.
It's like, oh, okay, news.
See, Neil's telling us to wrap it the fuck up because nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
Or is he saying news?
No, he's saying it's time for the news. So it's time for the news. This is a great
Wrap up
a
your
bumpy,
fucking-
bumpy landing here.
You're two old pieces of shit trying to connect with the youth.
Yeah, well, it's probably for the best because we're never going to figure out why people yell mustard. If you know at
Yeah.
home, comment in the chat because I've never heard of this shit.
Maybe I'll read it. Hamburger,
Hamburger's dead. Oh, God. Hamburger.
ground beef.
Hey, it's the news. You guys all know this segment. You know what happens here. Dave and I have written 12 jokes about the news of the week. I don't know what he wrote. He doesn't know what I wrote. If we write a joke about the same story, we have a joke off. Joking each other off. That'll mean we are joking each other off, and when we're joking each other off, it's a competition. Our judge, Brian Isley, is now our enemy, and he no longer can stand trial for the joke off. That's not the right way to reference that. Stand as judge for the joke off. That was really not an intentional misdirect there. I just don't know how to speak. No, your white cringe makes it worse. It wasn't white cringe until you white cringed. Anyway, then we'll have a joke off. You'll decide because, ladies and gentlemen, back home, and that means Holly Huff alone in the comments will decide what's going on, who, if we have one. And we may not.
Yeah.
It may come to pass that we didn't write a single thing alike, and I hope that's true. Go
Who
ahead,
even
Dave.
knows?
Also, I know there's a delay, obviously. Like, it's not exactly in real time because it's a live stream, but not exactly. So leave them in there anyway. We will see them. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
That's right.
Cool.
Go.
Australia Dictionary chooses enshittification as the word of the year. Enshittification means the gradual deterioration of a service or product brought about by a reduction of quality of service provided, which can also describe a dictionary that emphasizes a word like enshittification.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the dictionary has become shittier.
Yeah.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez becomes the first user to hit 1 million followers on Blue Sky after vowing to the American people that the time has come to show feet.
Oof. I might have to get on Blue Sky. No, I don't care about feet. She's hot, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, she is.
Bobert, you know what to do.
Oh, God, no, please, Bobert, cover up.
Never. Jim Abrahams, filmmaker behind Airplane and Naked Gun, dead at 80. Though this wasn't a result of his advanced age, he just chose the fish.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. I didn't hear that story. That's it.
It's an homage.
An homage. Okay. That's some great shit that went on the non-existent Patreon. Okay. MAGA filmmaker who alleged election fraud admits his documentary was a lie. Yeah, it turns out there wasn't 6,000 mules in any election, just millions and millions of stupid asses.
It's fun.
Thanks. It's just like you, one up top.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we haven't done enough fat shaming on this
Oh
episode.
boy.
So-
Okay. Cool.
Biden proposes Medicare and Medicaid cover weight loss drugs for obese Americans. Unfortunately, these obese probably won't go for drugs even if they're free, as terms like fat-free and sugar-free have given them a deep mistrust for the word.
That's true. Donald Trump told Justin Trudeau that Canada could become the 51st state, which would make good on his campaign promise to liberate the most American food, fries swimming in cheese and gravy. I couldn't talk about poutine because I had that joke written, but that would be a good thing if we could Americanize
Hell fucking
poutine.
yeah. I could go for some poutine. Where was I? Oh, yeah. A letter from John Lennon asking Eric Clapton to form supergroup with him goes up for sale. That would have created a supergroup of musical talent, the likes that could only be surpassed by it being a supergroup of really shitty dads, too.
I like that. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are debating ending daylight savings time, which is good news, although Elon claims he's also debating extending the entire day to make room for what he calls the breeding hour.
Man, they really are just making a shit like Veep.
Yeah.
They had a whole plot line about getting rid of daylight saving times.
Oh, yes, that's right. They
Yeah.
did. Unbelievable that we can't come together and just fucking do that. Anyway,
I'm
that's
okay with
that's
it. I don't
another.
care about more daylight.
Well, that makes sense.
I hate light.
Yeah, I was saying, when you spend most of your life in a movie theater, I guess it doesn't matter.
Harvey Weinstein's lawyers say he's living in gulag prison conditions. They're saying it's cruel and unusual punishment that they're not even letting him spruce up the cell with a nice potted plant.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That was good. Democratic senators urge Biden to try to limit Trump's ability to use the United States military domestically in ways like codifying the unofficial list of skin tones the military will and will not shoot at.
All right. Vito the Pug is the first of his breed to win National Dog Show's top prize. Vegas had him as runner-up, but unfortunately an accident befell the odds-on favorite where his head ended up in one of the judges' beds.
Vito.
Yeah, fun movie references
Yeah,
tonight, right?
I like
yeah.
that. Here's one from me, a fun movie reference. Eminem's mom, Debbie Nelson, dead at 69. Yeah, sadly, now the vomit on his sweater is probably some microwaved Hungry Man dinner.
All right. Border agent sees $18 million in fake Gibson guitars at Record Hall. Border Patrol didn't even know they were fake at the time. They were just hauling in any guitar that was playing mariachi music.
A mariachi on a Gibson must be weird. Like electric mariachi? I don't know. Okay.
They can do anything.
They sure can.
They're
I believe.
fucking American
If they can do it on the
classics.
subway,
Yeah.
they can do it anywhere. All right. North Carolina Republicans roll out last-minute constitutional amendments before losing supermajority. Many don't make sense and seem designed to frustrate Democrats, like the law that states all attempts to repeal these amendments must be whispered directly into Senator Lindsey Graham's anus. Something for everyone with that one.
Right. All right. Buffalo Bills dig out 20-plus inches of snow at Highmark Stadium ahead of game. And with this team's need to get rid of tons of white powder in a short amount of time, it finally makes sense as to why Hunter Biden was pardoned.
Yeah, I like that one. It's pretty good. Hunter, we need you now more than ever. The mother of incoming Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth begged him to get mental help and to stop treating women poorly. Meaning the most powerful military advisor in the world has the exact same relationship with his mother as your average open mic stand-up comedian.
True story. Volkswagen's woes mount as workers prepare to strike across Germany. Management is actually going to have to buckle to some of their demands because they live in the one country where you can't just tell people you should just be doing your job.
Rumors say Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are using their new baby to desperately cling onto a crumbling relationship. Yeah, but it won't last, because eventually that baby is going to run out of blood to drink and crumble like a Capri Sun.
Jaguars' Trevor Lawrence takes huge hit from Texans' Azeez Al-Shaair sparking brawl, which is a shame because that is not the Texan way. A real Texan would have shot Lawrence.
Yeehaw, motherfucker. All right. Sarah Boone sentenced to life in prison for zipping her boyfriend in a suitcase for hours until he died. The victim's funeral will be held in the overhead compartment. However, if the victim doesn't fit, the family will have to check him and continue the funeral at baggage claim.
Fun.
Thanks.
Michigan Republican says gay marriage should be illegal again. He would have gone on to say that gay marriage is the most unlawful thing going on in his state, but before he was able to get to that, he was brutally murdered.
That's pretty good. I cut a joke about that, so it isn't. I'm not joking off with that
Thank
one.
God.
'Cause it was a
that
bad
was a
one.
certified
But
banger.
That
No,
was better than mine, but we avoided the joke off just because I wrote a different joke. But make sure I get to that one. Oh boy, sad news here.
Uh-oh.
I have a tag on this one, by the way. Elton John has reportedly lost his eyesight, which I guess means Saturday night is all right for stumbling. Dave, he's still standing because someone moved all the living room furniture.
How upset do you think white guys were that we finally got our blind pianist? And like, he's gay.
He's
can't have anything
God
nice.
Damn it. Yeah. Stevie's always going to be the king.
I love Stevie. All right. Last one. Kyrie Irving faces lawsuit for allegedly failing to pay $400,000 therapy bill. Now that he's upset doctors, Irving's NBA legacy will consist of a championship, a Rookie of the Year, the best handles in the league, and several half-hearted apologies to the Jewish community.
My last one. Village People singer denies YMCA is a gay anthem and defends Trump using it at his rallies. Yeah, and this is just another sad case of an old, washed-up singer forgetting who he was as a young man. Thank you.
All right. That's it for the news, right?
That's the show. That's it for the whole goddamn show.
God.
I'd like to thank everyone but Brian Isley. No, it's okay, Brian. We're going to get you back after the holidays. We're really, really looking forward to it, and maybe I'll read the book in the meantime.
No, keep going with the superhero narrative. He did say that, I think. He's like, so it might eventually become superhero.
I believe I had to have learned that somewhere.
I could swear he also said he was writing a superhero. So this might have just been an origin story, like half.
We'll see.
It's a 4-parter, right? Yeah.
Oh yes, right. It is a part of an installment in a larger story. So we'll see. I will read the book before we get him in. I think it'll be in the new year. And what do you have going on this week, at least for comedy?
This week, who cares? Let's see. Let's move forward to December 13th. I'm at the Boots on the Moon show. We've had the people that run it on.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm the only white on the lineup. I always enjoy
Congratulations.
that. Congratulations. Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. That's good enough to talk about for now. How about you?
Nothing.
Oof.
I'm on nothing. It's great. It's just a plant. I'm not I'm going to be doing nothing through the holiday season. It's great. But put me on something. If you're seeing this and you're watching, I will not say no to a show. I'm just not sending out any messages, so I'm doing nothing. What are you doing, Neil?
You can. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Weekday Comics on all the stuff.
yes,
if you're watching right now and haven't subscribed and checking us out, give us a little thing. A bunch of comics, having a little fun, doing some news jokes. These two are great. So do that and go over to drop10.com and get over to their page. You can follow them on all this stuff through there. And of course, the T-shirt thing. I don't know. You guys are not sending me anything, but like, hey, Go over. No, fuck them. Fuck it. No,
You're done. You're
caught up.
You had your opportunity to win a free
I think we're getting
motherfucking
we're getting
t-shirt.
rating reviews. I just feel like people aren't sending them to us. I don't know. I've checked out. We've got some good ratings, but just I haven't seen any like
You all could have
reviews.
had
And then
shirt
You
with
guys are
Dave and
great.
I's
Yeah.
silhouette for free.
I get it.
Like you won't even accept a free gift.
Oh, great.
if it
Dave's
involves
breaking
Dave.
shit. This
Dave's
is good.
Mad. He's destroying
I'm destroying
the
the studio.
studio. We already paid for. No, we paid for last month, but I already just paid, and he's destroying everything.
Did you? I didn't
You
get the
can-
notification.
I was just gonna say that and hope to confuse you. I haven't
perfect.
actually paid. He
Oh,
only
this podcast
requested
is
it.
devolving.
All right,
He
Neil,
only
you too?
requested it
I'm
on
No,
Venmo
it's fine.
already.
Check
gonna
me out
do my
on
handiwork over here and pop this thing.
It's
Should I
fine.
pop
Just
it?
leave it. Just
Should I
leave it.
pop- Okay, I'll just
Don't
leave it.
not pop
destroy
that.
it. I'll
Do
smash
not.
it.
Don't touch it. It's gonna make so much noise. Yeah,
What do you
and-
got going on?
Yeah, you can
Plug
check me out
Myers
at
and all that.
yeah, you can check me out at I am Neil Wood on all this stuff, and get over to droptent.com or follow us on Instagram to see all our shows. Wissahickon is actually this Friday. I will not be there, but it's a great show. We got a great lineup for you.
Yeah,
So
Jesse
go
Drammy,
over
great.
to Wissahickon Brewing Company. Tickets are only $12 right now, and I'm in New York on the 9th. That's Monday with Albert Davis. I'm in Atlantic City doing Atlantic City Comedy Club on Wednesday the 11th with a bunch of great folks. And Myers Brewing Company every second and fourth Friday, and Rosie's Taco Bar on December 20th. Get out to all those stuff. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that's all those shows are good. Oh, I can't speak to the Atlantic City Comedy Club. Sounds like pretty good with MRSA, but
Oh yeah.
it sounds good. Sounds like fun. You can see Neil some places. You can see Dave one place. Although the place that you're going, great tacos. They changed the Boots on the Moon location. It used to
can't-
be at this quasi-legal weed distributor.
Oh.
That I say quasi-legal, totally illegal. As we learned, and then I think they got shut down. I don't think the Boots on the Moon guys had anything to do with that. They're just running a comedy show.
That is good prep food for standing on stage for a while. Tacos.
They went to.
I will be eating one piece of lettuce to sustain myself before I get on stage.
I'll give you a tip. It's the Mexican Post is the bar. They have a single beef taco. Do yourself a favor. Get the single beef taco.
I will
And
not
that
be
goes
putting-
out to all
I
of
will-
you as well. If you're ever in Chichester, I think that's
I
where
will
that
be
is.
after my set.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, that's the show, everybody. Goodbye.
Yes.
You were great. Who are we here with next week?
We're going to find someone. We can't
it-
keep
be-
subjecting people to just us.
Next week it'll be Brian
Sorry.
Isley. We'll
No,
see
yeah.
you next week, Brian.
I know
and,
the end is coming, and I've
Jim
been coasting.
Gillespie, tag
I've been- yeah.
team thing. Jim, we'll see you next week. That'll be great. And who
crawling towards the end line.
Surprise
and
guest.
just I'm here. I'm here when I'm here, but
7
I'm
more weeks to
mentally
go.
anywhere else in the world when I'm not here.
7 more weeks to go. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening,
Oh,
everybody.
man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.